Hello and welcome to my channel, AB Make It Artwork, where we do what we do to make that holiday artwork for you. And if you're new to my channel, maybe hit that subscribe button, join the AB Creative crew. We do sketchy art things. If you're new to my channel, this is my Vlogmas series. I've been doing Digital Drawcember. It's a challenge month that I made for myself so I could get better at using Procreate and doing digital drawings. This is a second part of a two-part episode in which I focus on the prompts star and house. And the first part was me doing the line art traditionally, and right now you can see me touching up that line art and coloring it. The video was a pretty quick one. There isn't much to show, so there's not a lot of time that I can explain the process. But I had quite a bit of fun experimenting with different layer options and blends so that I could get it to look the way I wanted to. And it was really interesting sort of warping the line art or correcting it and working over it and using it as a base that I didn't have to follow by heart. For instance, I got rid of the candy cane lane because I found that I didn't like any of the layer modes to try to color it, and I just could not get those candy canes to work in the end with all the lights on them. So I just completely decided to wipe that off the slate. I think that my favorite things about the piece is a lot of the glowing effects that I used for lights or lighted areas. The snowman's a pretty good part. Your eye tends to focus on the lower third of the piece, and that was kind of by accident, but it's a happy accident because it gives a sort of focal point. Another favorite part, I love the one circular window that's above the front entrance. I love the shape of it, and I just thought it was an interesting piece. Like I said, my favorite parts about this drawing when coloring it was all the glowing effects that I got to incorporate into it. I felt that with the winter color palette that I have, it was very successful in creating this warm, ambient feeling that was both nighttime and winter. And it was just a lot of me playing around and not really focusing on what I was doing. Which I wish I had paid more attention to what I was doing so I could explain this process a little bit better. But that's kind of what art is. If you can't explain it, just try random stuff and see if it works. Got a blank canvas, just throw some paint at it and see where that takes you, I guess. Some of the things I was focusing on when it came to this piece was, how do I get it to read like there's a light? How do I get it to read like it's nighttime? And how do I make the nighttime sky look like a nighttime sky without it being completely dark? And I got all the glowing effects in. That was great. I realized I couldn't just keep it at the colors it was at, but I did have to start with base colors and just hit it with a bunch of multiply layers. And when it came to the night sky, that was like the most interesting part for me because it required more playing around with colors and different layer types, and it may be difficult to see what I'm doing with the nighttime sky because I'm using colors that look very similar to how the sky looks right now, but I wanted to lighten up the sky so it wasn't so dark. This brush right here is actually called the watercolor brush, and I smushed it and smudged it around with blending tool and watercolor brush. And I really liked this sort of cloudy, watercolory effect. Here's the part where I was trying to work out stars and see how to get the sky to look like a nighttime sky without looking like, oh, Christmas lights. And it was a combination of different luminance brushes in the luminance set. But hey, experimentation, yo. I think we're actually pretty close to the end of the video. I worked on the stars and I started working on fine details of lights and whatnot. And the Christmas lights look really cute. And that front porch just became the focal point. Anyways, I hope that you guys are having a wonderfully crafty holiday, that you're keeping up with all of your wintertime sketchy art needs. And if you want to follow me on any of my other social media, I have an Instagram, a DeviantArt, a Twitter, a Tumblr, and I think that's about all. Links are all in the description, and if you like this, give it a thumbs up. As always, make sure that you do what you do to make that artwork for you. Bye!